We're talking football with Bengal Jim and friends. We're talking football. We hope this never ends. Jimmy, James, and Tom are back for more. Like Joey B, we're here for season 4 with Bengal guests and stories not heard before. There's Tony, Mark, and Jamie, as well as our charity. Hooday Nation joining from far and wide. Every Sunday night, the guys are back at it live. By the fans, for the fans, from day one, it's time to have some fun. We're talking football with Bengal Jim and friends. We're talking football. We hope this never ends. The Bengal boys stop by to drop the speed. Don't get your popcorn ready and take a seat. Season 4 will end with the Lombardi.
We're back, season 4 of Talking Football with Bengal Jim and friends. Thanks everybody for being with us tonight. Big night tonight. We got Cincinnati Kid Sam Hubbard coming on here in a few minutes. And we found Corey Dillon. We found our guy, CD. So we're going to be talking to Corey Dillon here in about half an hour. Sam will be up first with us. But, man, we got everybody on the screen except for Mark, man. Welcome back, everybody. Good to see everybody.
Great to be back.
Everybody back.
Thanks to Alex and the Bengal boys for our season 4 intro. A lot of work went into that, so we appreciate all the work that he did for our new intro. Hopefully everybody likes that. Appreciate that. And look forward to all their songs coming up this year.
Yeah. Jamie, guns out again. Episode 1, man. No sleeve, went sleeveless.
Went sleeveless by request. Thank you, Tom, for sending that request in. Happy to do that for the fans.
Yep. Real quick, everybody, if you're watching on YouTube, if you could, like a lot of times, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to interact and maybe ask questions to Sam or CD tonight, you cannot do that unless you subscribe. So if you're watching on YouTube, just hit that subscribe button. That way you can interact and ask all the questions you want. We will do our best. We're going to have hundreds and hundreds of folks online tonight watching. So we will do our best to get a lot of our viewer questions answered and talked about here for you guys. So, Tony, you're in the lair, the Tiger's Den, I can see.
Yes, sir. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Good to see you, Tony. Looking forward to the season. I just want to start out with our charity, as we always like to talk about. 100% of our proceeds always goes to our charity. And we're working on our first duck race for the year, which is going to be July 23rd. We're working with Cincy Hats, which is our first duck race. We're going to be working with Matt Renee and Ted Karras from Cincy Hats. And we got a good package for you. It's a signed pylon, as well as a signed Up Yours Tennessee Hollis print. Both of them were signed by Ted Karras, so we're hoping to start this season 4 off with getting some money for a good cause through Cincy Hats.
That's awesome.
And we're going to throw that link. Again, we're expecting to have over 100 ducks in this duck race on the 23rd. So make sure you click on that link and buy as many ducks as you want. $25 a duck. Get you a duck in the duck race here on the 23rd. And Ted Karras will be here live with us on the 23rd. That's going to be our special guest, and he will also do the be with us for the duck race that evening as well. So,
and I don't think we've been on since the Jungle to the Hall, but what a great turnout, first of all, and second of all the money that Ted collected at the Jungle to the Hall event for his great charity. So we appreciate all the Bengals fans that first of all showed up that day right there on the banks. What a lot of fun that was, and again, just another big check going to charity that day, and we appreciate everybody that donated.
Yeah, we had a little over 2,000 people. The banks were telling us we had 2,000 people down there celebrating, and our Bengal legends. Obviously, Ken Riley going into the Hall of Fame. Ken Riley II actually flew in for the event, and obviously us focusing on other Bengals that should be in the Hall of Fame, like a Willie Anderson, a Corey Dillon, a Chad Johnson. Obviously Ken Anderson as well, and Lamar Parrish and Isaac Curtis, these other guys that were fighting to get into that Hall of Fame as well. These are the guys that we're fighting for right here on the screen. So August 5th is the induction ceremony for for Ken Riley up at the Hall of Fame. So we're really looking forward to that August 5th celebration. His family's very excited about that. And Ken Riley's wife will be making that induction speech up in Canton August 5th. So checking with Sam right now. He said 8:05, so we got another minute there. So what else we got to talk about here before we get them on? Let's see.
We talk about where we.
I want to know. I want to know what. Is Tom hiding behind something there? I don't. Is it like a table or something? I thought it was like he made like a nameplate or something, and now I'm realizing.
No.
Is your phone behind the TV or something? Like what's?
Not at all.
2 minutes.
No?
2 minutes
Okay.
into season 4, and Tom's already getting made fun of. What's going on here? Some things never change.
I thought it was like a custom nameplate he made. I was kind of jealous I didn't have one, but now I'm starting to understand.
We'll get you
Anyway.
fixed.
All right.
Let's go back on the charities real quick, guys. I do want to kind of point out that last year we raised $130,000 for local charities. And this year, the season hasn't even started yet. We're a little over $33,000. And Tony, how many charities is that? 33,000.
We have 9 different charities that we've been able to help already this year.
That's
So
incredible.
Awesome.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and our goal this year, we have our goal set at 100, but I'm going to move that up to 150,000. I'm sure we can reach that. And right now, we've already booked all of our tailgates with charities, and we got our duck races that we're currently working on as well. So I'm looking at us. We did 26 charities last year, so I'm hoping to help exceed that as well. So looking forward to Houday Nation helping us out this year for that, and I think we'll be able to meet our goals.
Got it. Hey, well, Sam is in the waiting room now, so we got Corey Dillon in the waiting room and Sam both. I don't even know if I wonder if Sam got to watch CD when he was in high school and watch Corey play. But we're going to talk to Sam here. We got a lot of stuff to hit on Sam. Tom, go ahead and do the intro for our guy.
Well, from Moeller to Ohio State, where he won championships, and this year, where he's going to add to his ring collection with a Super Bowl ring. Our starting defensive end, and as now the nation knows, the Cincinnati Kid, Sam Hubbard.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
What's up, Sam? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Hey, appreciate you being with us, bud. We got a lot of stuff to get to. But hey, you know what? Go ahead and Tom, go ahead and kick us off with some questions here, man. We got limited time with Sam. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. An absolute Cincinnati favorite. It seems like our female viewership is going through the roof right now, Sam. I don't know why. It might be because of Jamie and his sleeveless shirt, but I don't know. But Tom, go ahead and fire away, buddy.
No, Sam, I just this season I was wondering what's the feeling in the locker room. It seems like everything has been geared. All the chips are on the table to do everything possible to get you guys to the Super Bowl and win it. How confident is the locker room, and how's the offseason gone for the team?
Yeah, the offseason's been super productive. I think that everyone in our locker room has a real sense of urgency moving around. And the thing about this year is we have a lot of good depth. We got a lot of guys that have been in the program for some time now, and some really good young guys that came in and are embracing the culture. And everybody seems to be on the same page. And now it's about getting your body ready for training camp and staying healthy and, day by day building. And, you're not going to win the Super Bowl, on week 1 or even preseason week 1 or training camp. It's a long season, and you got to continue to work it. And everyone's got that mentality that day by day we're going to get better and work the process.
There you go. Sam, we got a couple of videos here. We're going to go through high schools here in Cincinnati with Moeller. We're going to talk about some Ohio State stuff, and obviously want to get into some of your charity work and some of the things you're doing here. But I guess the most serious question we're going to have for you all night tonight is we were told that you love Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. You're just trying to figure out which one's the best for you.
Yeah, no, I grew up on all that stuff. I read all the books, but I think if it's a Sunday like today, I could take the Lord of the Rings trilogy all the way through over Harry Potter. But around once it's like Christmas time, gets cold, I like the Harry Potter series.
There you go. You're not the only one. All right, let's talk about Moeller High School, man. So I'm gonna play just a couple seconds of this video, and after the video is done playing, we'll have some discussion around it. I just went to Huddle and grabbed some old highlight videos here, Sam. So we're taking about 30 to 40 seconds of some videos, and then we'll come back and have a conversation.
State playoffs, Nippert Stadium.
Yep. Is that Elder?
That's Elder.
Got to beat the Purple Pansies, brother. I'm with you on that one. So I don't think a lot of people knew you played defensive back here.
Yeah, I played free safety. This is St. X, also the playoffs. I played free safety and interception. Yeah,
you should. I thought you were going to take that down that in the end zone, but you had to get it out there.
No way. I was kidding. Got to bring it out.
I almost did put this in there. This is my Coleraine Cardinals. You lit them up, man. See?
Yeah, Coleraine. This is the regional finals. This senior year high school playoffs.
Yeah. We'll do one more highlight. I didn't have it in there. Damn, you had a block punt that went like 50 yards in the air and it was received. So talk about Moeller, man. How special was that? I mean, a great football history, high school history in Moeller High School. Played with a lot of great players, a great high school tradition there. Talk about Moeller a little bit if you could.
Yeah, that was really my first taste of being, high level competition. We would play games against St. X or, the GCL or really anybody. We played in the state finals my junior year, but there'd be 5,000 to 10,000 people in the stands, and the whole year revolved around who won those big games, the rivalry games, and there's a lot on the line, a lot of pressure. Alumni and whatnot, and you can't really replicate that in high school too often. And just the history of Moeller, the state championships, the great players, the great coaches, Jerry Faust, all that. It's a cool experience, and I really think it shaped me and developed me at a young age, and obviously prepared me for the big stage at Ohio State and Columbus and the Buckeyes. And I'm forever grateful to Moeller.
Yeah, man, just damn good program for sure. So let's keep going here. So you won a high school state championship, correct?
Yeah, two of them, junior and senior.
That's right. And then you went on to Ohio State. Were you a freshman when they won the national championship, or?
I was actually, that was my redshirt year, and I was playing both scout team tight end and scout team defensive end, and I was wearing number 49. And they were gonna they were gonna give me some snaps, put me in the game, but they decided to let me, keep trying to gain some weight and hold off that extra year eligibility. Even though I didn't end up using it, I left before my redshirt senior year, but I was dying to get on that field that year. But I'd still claim some credit. I gave him a really good look on scout team to get that national championship.
Yeah, you earned that. So I watched you play in high school a little bit here and there, but I watched a lot of your games up at Ohio State, and there's a lot of plays that stuck out to me. But this play right here, I think it was 2017 against Penn State, the double tackle here. Watch this, everybody.
And a handoff, and look at this. Nick Bosa, Hubbard, all the black belts in on that play. They just decided to have a little party in the backfield. Sam Hubbard says, I'm just going to tackle both of them. What an amazing job. Rather than wait for who gets the ball or where they're going, he just went after both.
All right, Sam, I'm sorry. We couldn't hear if you were talking on that. It was the went silent. So talk about that play. You remember that, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, that was a huge game. That was we were kind of planning to go to the playoffs. If we lost that game, we would have lost our chance. And Saquon Barkley took a kickoff to the house early. We were down 20-something points. And we started rallying in the fourth quarter, had that home crowd. And it was 4 minutes ago. We really needed to stop. We had just scored. We had to get a stop, had to score again to win the game. And that was the drive. We ran out there, made that huge play. I think next play we got another tackle for a loss and then a sack, and then we scored and won the game. So it was that energy after I made that play in the stadium was absolutely unmatched. Probably one of my favorite plays I've ever had, just because of the stakes and the comeback and the home crowd, and just last year playing there it's super special.
It was awesome. It was awesome. So we have 2 more videos we're going to get to here in a minute, Sam. Tony, I think you had a question you wanted to shoot by Sam.
Yeah, much respect for you, Sam. Appreciate you. One thing that comes to mind is in 2018, you came to the locker room, and of course, you always have your leaders in those rooms. First part of the question is, who inspired you to become the leader that you are right now? Because you're obviously one of the main leaders on the field and in the locker room. And the second piece of this is, what are you going to bring into this year's locker room to help make them future leaders?
Yeah, I think that I got there 2018, like you said, and someone that really stood out to me was Vinny Ray and Michael Johnson. Both those guys were just, pros pro. They I just basically watched them operate, and it's a whole different world once you come to the NFL. And these guys have been doing it not only in the league, but in Cincinnati for a very long time. And generally just great people, still to this day. You guys probably all know Vinny and Michael Johnson, just ultimate teammates, ultimate examples of how to do things right. And this year, I just, I'm continuing to build on being a vocal leader, being a guy that anybody can approach whenever they're having a situation or an issue, and at the same time, being the hardest worker on the field, on the team, because you got to set the standard, and you can't ask anybody to do something you're not willing to do. So before I tell somebody to do something, I got to make sure that I'm doing that, and that I never lack on what I bring to the table and my intensity every day. And that's something that you always got to count on and work on year in, year out, that, never goes away.
Yep. James, I think you had a question as well, right?
I do. Jimmy and I were very fortunate to attend the 2018 draft, Sam. We're going to pop up a picture here. It's your actual draft card. And you mentioned Michael Johnson as somebody that was leader in the locker room, that happened to be the person that announced you in Dallas in the 3rd round that year. What do you remember from that draft night and going into the draft process? Was Cincinnati on the radar for a potential destination?
I had taken the local visit, just being in proximity of, I think it's like 90 miles or something. You get to take a local visit from being in Columbus. But I sat down with Mr. Brown, met the whole organization, really got along with everybody. But I wasn't sure they were looking for a defensive end. I thought I was going to go earlier than I did, late first, early second, and ended up falling to the Bengals, and they scooped me up. But I was at my draft party in downtown Cincinnati, Queen City Radio, and just really worried that the second night I was going to keep falling and fall out of the 3rd round and never get drafted. And Marvin Lewis and a 513 number called me. And I just was, at the end of the day, it's the best situation possible, because I would have rather, stayed home and played for the Bengals than gone earlier, 10 times out of 10. So, the weight and all the stress paid off.
Good. Tom, I know you had something you want to fire by him real quick. We'll get some viewer questions here in a second after some videos.
Yeah, Sam, they say the best way to help your defensive backfield is with a great pass rush. And the best way to help the pass rush is with a great defensive backfield. What changes from last year to this year? We've got some new personnel on both ends there and a lot more depth. There have been a lot of changes. You don't give us the details, but a lot of changes in the defense, a lot of tinkering going into this year.
Yeah, we're definitely making some adjustments. I think defensively up front, we got some new things we're going to work on, work on some versatility, moving guys around, getting some matchups, keeping the offenses guessing, because you got to do that in the league. You got to stay fresh, and we'll also roll in the new guys that we got, and they'll help us. The young guys have really been continuing to develop and get better. And then in the back end, like you said, we got some new faces who are really competitive, really fast, can run. And like always, we'll compete, get better, and adjust as we go. We got a great coaching staff, but I fully trust Lou and Marion Hobby and everybody to put us in the best position we could possibly be to make plays and win games.
Gotcha. So, Sam, we got a couple videos here, 2 more videos. I'm going to play these back to back. And it was amazing. We searched far and wide for videos from our guest, right? So we found some videos. We found every one of your touchdowns that you scored in the NFL. And we're going to play both these. We're going to play this entire video right now. So we'll play this first touchdown here against the Miami Dolphins, your rookie year, I think. Awesome play here.
The 35. Look out, they got around James, and now he's running back away from behind. It's picked up. This is Hubbard for 6. Holy Toledo!
Holding. Offense, number 78. That penalty declined. The result of the play. It's a touchdown.
26 unanswered.
Well, there's the left tackle, and you're just going to see Carlos Dunlap. He's going to beat him around the edge. Tannehill's trying to step up and help him, but he just is able to get that right hand in there right at the end and deflect the ball.
All right. Sam, you had to remember, that was your first touchdown, right?
Yeah, of course. That was, I think it was week 6, my rookie year. Carlos made an unbelievable effort, got the ball out, fell right in my hands, and all I had to do was jump over and run in. But that was a 2-minute situation. They were going down to score to win the game and just flipped the script. And I had all my family and friends in the stands, and it was completely epic. I did not expect that. I
just remember it was hotter than hell that day.
It was very hot.
It was blazing hot. And that's touchdown you scored. You ran right to our end zone, section 158. I was hoping you throw the ball up in the stands to us. But, dude, that was an awesome day. Your rookie year, we knew you were going to do great things in Cincinnati. On and off the field. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But, dude, long after you retire, one of the top 5 plays in Cincinnati football history is right here, the Rumble in the Jungle. I got goosebumps even talking about this, and I'm sure I'll get it again when I play this video right here, Sam.
Right around Huntley, he reaches. Oh, that ball's out. That's live. Back the other way, Sam Hubbard. The Cincinnati Kid. Hubbard's got a convoy. Chased by Andrews. At the 30, the 20. He will score.
The best part was the Coach Harbaugh out there at the end, just kind of salty. But, dude, talk about that. I know you talked about it in local media a lot, man. But, dude, talk about you don't understand. I mean, that was a tie game, 17-17, fourth quarter. They're at the 1-yard line. I'm not a negative person, Sam, but I'm thinking, okay, they're going to score here, but we got plenty of time. We're going to come back and tie this game up, or we're going to win this game. Dude, the last thing on my mind was that happening, brother. So talk about that play start to finish, man. What was going through your mind there?
Yeah, I mean, the whole situation was crazy. Just playing the Ravens back-to-back, division rival, week to week. They're an extremely hard team to play back-to-back. And, we were all, it wasn't going well. They were about to go score and take a lead, and we were having trouble on offense moving the ball because we'd been playing them for 8 quarters straight. But, yeah, the ball – it's a 14-play drive before that play, and we are all already exhausted. But Jesse Bates just made an epic effort to get the guy down at like the 1-yard line, and Logan Wilson, Jermaine Pratt making the effort to get the ball out, and I just took off. And I was looking on the Jumbotron, and I was seeing him chasing me, but it was backwards, so I weaved away, but it was actually weaving right into where he was taking me, and got in the end zone and was dead. I don't think I went back in the game because I had no more juice left in me. I was still playing on a torn calf. I was still hurt from the previous injury, but I'm thankful that the ball fell in my hands and I was able to get in. And you can't make up a story like that.
And I'm pretty upset with Gaither. He's running down the field just clapping for you. There's a guy still over here block his ass.
He was clapping for the ball. He wanted me to pitch it to him.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, Sam, I know we got you for a little bit longer, man. You okay if we throw some viewer questions at you real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, brother. Go ahead, Jamie.
All right, perfect. So the one thing everyone's talking about in the chat is this amazing picture behind you. The paint. It looks like a painting, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yes, people are asking one specifically what game that's from, and two the artist's name if you happen to know. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, this is my second year Monday night versus the Steelers, and my close friend actually had a mutual friend who painted it, and they did a bunch of scans, and I signed the scans, and they sold them off on auction for their charity. And at the end of the day, they let me keep the original painting, and they raised a whole bunch of money for their charity, and I got a pretty cool painting out of it, and I really like it. It's hanging in my living room.
It's badass. It's
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Okay, talking about the team this year, GB would like to know what's your first impressions of the new members of the D-line?
Yeah, no, we got Miles Murphy, who's very, very gifted. He's, very tall, extremely explosive, strong, super eager, willing to learn. He's quiet right now, just observing and doing all the right things as a rookie you'd expect him to do. Just trying to, embrace the culture and find a role where he can contribute and help the team. And then, Terrell Basham, other guys that we signed, and the young guys that I've seen continue to get better each year. Cam Sample, Joseph Osai, Zach Carter is really making a leap. He looks really good. You can tell that they've been working. I'm excited that we got a really deep room because we're going to need everybody to be a really dynamic position group to close out these games and go far in the playoffs.
No doubt. Joseph would like to know which quarterback do you look forward to sacking this upcoming season? Do you have a quarterback you like to hit more than others?
All of them, especially in the AFC North, though.
That's fair. Okay, so obviously a lot of people like to ask questions about the team and the upcoming season, but the fans also, when we do these interviews, like to get to know the players. So I got a couple kind of fun questions for you here. Michael wants to know what your pizza order is. What's your go-to?
I just like plain cheese. My dad's from Brooklyn, New York, and they call a slice as a slice. It's just plain cheese pizza. I do dip my plain cheese pizza in ranch, though.
Hey, Sam, I remember when I was a kid, I used to eat cheese pizza. What the hell, man? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll never change. I tried everything.
But Going back to the Harry Potter fandom, Kim's wanting to know if you've been to Universal to see the Harry Potter world.
No, I haven't, but I've seen pictures and it's on my to-do list. I want to go there and do the drink butterbeer and all that and check out everything.
Good place for a Super Bowl party, maybe.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'll save it for them.
And then we'll end with this one. Jennifer would like to know, obviously you do a ton of fundraising. Do you have a favorite fundraising event that you've done?
Yeah, my main one is the Foaling tournament, and each year that just gets better and better. This year was a blast. I'm going to plan on doing that for, my entire life, every year, once a year, one night a year, and April or May we'll be doing the annual Foaling tournament, and I don't foresee that ending anytime soon. So hopefully see you guys there for a long time.
Hey, and people, if you don't. I know he played defensive back in high school. He was a safety and he played defensive end. But, dude, Sam's pretty damn good at this Foaling thing. If you don't know what it is, you're throwing a football and you're knocking bowling pins down on the other side. Was it you and Ted Karras were partners this past year?
Yeah, the first 2 years I got knocked out in the first round. And then this past year, Ted Karras became my partner, and we took it all the way and won the tournament. I think there was 240 teams. So there's two people to a team. So 240 teams, and we ended up being the top team, and no rigging or anything. We really won it, I swear. So we challenge everybody to come try and dethrone us next year.
All right, so we got you 2 more minutes.
Knocked out in the first round.
Yeah,
right? You got knocked out in the first round. I was giving Jimmy a hard time. I think he got knocked out in the first round.
You know what? I made it to the Final Four the last 2 years. I had to let somebody win. I was done. It was hotter than hell. But anyway, so Sam, give us a funny story. A teammate, it's PG-13. We have a lot of kids watching, Sam. I know you can do crazy, you can talk crazy stories, but give us a PG-13 story, something funny about a teammate that we don't know or something that's happened that you can share. I'll give you a minute to think about it. all the things that are going through his head that he can't talk about right now, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got 5 years of football moments. Give me another one. I'll come back to that one.
All right.
Are you a Reds fan, Sam?
I am. Yeah, I actually am following them pretty closely. I think the whole city is because of what they got going on right now. But it's absolutely electric. Seeing Ellie De La Cruz steal those bases was really cool. I think they got a great culture, great young dudes, great leadership, and some electric players coming to town. And it's not too dissimilar from the turnaround we had go on a couple years ago. And it's fun to be a Cincinnati sports fan right now.
Sam, talk about it's interesting. You usually don't see defensive players being best buds and friends with the quarterback, but you and Joe have a special relationship going back all the way to definitely at Ohio State. I'm not sure if it was before then, but talk about your relationship with Joe.
Yeah, we went to Ohio State together. He was a year below me in high school, so he actually stayed with me on his official visit, and then gets to school and we're on scout team together. We just hung out in the same friend group, and we were both trying to gain weight and just going through our formative years together under Urban Meyer, and hadn't played, didn't really have much other than being student athletes. We were both business school student athletes and did internships together, and weren't even sure if we were going to make it to the NFL ever. We were just focused on getting our education. And when you go through your formative years with someone like that and end up where we are now, you kind of have a different relationship and bond, and can talk about certain things and situations. And it's really special to have that with, that being Joe Burrow and your quarterback, and me being on the defense. And it allows us to, have great chemistry on the offensive defense. And, I'd do anything for him. I feel like he'd do that same thing for me or any of his teammates, such as how he is. And it's fun to be on the field together.
Well, Sam, I've been at your football camp each of the past few years. And it's just, I've coached football here in Cincinnati for 20 years and been involved in many, many football camps. And I've never seen a football camp like that, Sam. You had, if I'm not mistaken, like maybe 1,500 kids on a waiting list trying to get into that camp. And you had how many kids actually showed up at the camp this year?
Hey, we could only fit 280 to actually make it, so we could interact and have enough space. But it's a free camp, and ended up, like you said, 1,500 on the waiting list. We got to figure something out so we can get these kids to camp and give them some of this experience. But it's just unbelievable support from everybody.
Yeah, and that's where I was going to hit next, Sam. That football camp was a blast. It was very fun to see not just the Moeller community step up and support you, but, man, you had almost the entire damn defense there helping run drills, and the kids were just smiling ear to ear, man. It's just so fun to see a diverse group of kids out there having fun, interacting with their Bengal heroes. I mean, it was pretty much the whole defense was there, and even some of the coaches. But, Sam, look, man, you are truly a Cincinnati legend. And are you coming up on your 6th year right now? Is that what this is?
Yep, coming up on year 6 right now.
Okay, so we got that high school state championship. We got that Ohio State national championship. This is the year, brother, the trifecta. Let's get that Super Bowl dub this year. Make it happen.
Yeah, I actually said that on draft night. I don't know, someone quoted me. That was my plan all along, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get it done. So you can count.
Well, brother, hey, man, Cincinnati, the Cincinnati community absolutely loves you, man. Every fan here locally and across the country and internationally absolutely love you, buddy. Just keep doing what you're doing. And we appreciate everything you're doing in our community with your charity and helping out everybody here in the Cincinnati area, man. You're truly one of the good guys, not just on the field, but off the field as well, man. We appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was cool.
We appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks
you
for coming on. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Who day?
Have a good night. See you.
See you, buddy. See, I think Sam was scared to come on, man. We finally got him. We put him at ease. The next guest is scared as hell. I'm telling you that right now. He doesn't know what we're going to throw at him here in a little bit. But Sam was very, very good guest, man. He was fun, man. Good guy.
Yeah.
So
What was it last year, Tony? The playoff game, the AFC Championship game. We had the opportunity to donate a large chunk to Sam's charity through the generosity. Remember the tickets we raffled off for the game went to Sam, and I'm sure he's on the list this year to do something again. Correct?
Yeah, we have actually a really good package I'm putting together. Every year, as you guys know, we do a package. This year, I'm doing a defense package, and it's going to go between Sam Hubbard's foundation as well as A Son Never Forgets, which is DJ Weaver's foundation. So I'm really excited for this package this year.
Awesome.
By the way, Jim, just so you know, Craig called you out while Sam was on. He's at home watching. He caught you calling it rumble in the jungle, not fumble in the jungle. So
did I call fumble in the jungle? Whatever. It's a touchdown. Craig's gonna nitpick, man. Craig's sitting on his desk drinking bourbon.
I was going to say, now that it's season 4, what episode do we go live to Craig and the Deck? I just want to make sure I'm here for that week.
It's
that's still one of my favorite episodes of all time.
Going to be sooner. Yes. It's going to be sooner. All right, let me introduce the next guest before you bring him on here, Jamie. Okay. Look, man, one of the top players in Cincinnati football history, future Hall of Famer in our opinion. He's one of the 7 guys that we're focusing on right now, doing our thing and educating these Hall of Fame voters. This guy is going to be in a Hall of Fame someday, hopefully sooner than later. This guy has all kinds of team records. He has the longest rushing touchdown in Cincinnati football history. This guy is the number 4 in the NFL history with the top 10 rushing game, 278 yards. He's number 4 in that list in NFL history. Number 1 in Cincinnati football history in total yards. Number 3 in touchdowns. Number 1 in yards per game. Number 1 in rush attempts. Number 1 most yards in a single game. The list goes on and on and on. And understand, he did this on some very, very bad teams. This dude was the only very few bright spots in a very long period of time here in Cincinnati. And one of my favorite players, and to be honest, one of the few bright spots I just talked about, it was the reason I kept going in that damn stadium. Him and Willie and a couple of the other guys is the only reason I kept going in that stadium, because they were fun to watch. They busted their ass. They never quit in games. Let's introduce Corey Dillon. Corey, welcome to the show, big dog. How you doing?
Hey, not bad at all.
Hey, man. Hey, so the fans, we got a ton of fans watching. Dude, we've been looking all over for you, scouring all 50 states. We thought you were like me in Europe or something. We didn't know where you were. But now we see you on social media. You're on Instagram, right? So,
yes.
Dude, just going to tell you right now, the fans love you to death. We've been wondering where you were. We're glad to see that you're out and about now. See you on social media. We just got to help you out and get you on some other platforms, maybe Twitter, maybe Facebook, something. But dude, you're going to feel the love from Who Dey Nation tonight, and you're going to start feeling it on the social media platforms as your platform continues to grow, buddy. But thanks for being with us, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm fresh out the witness protection program, so I'm glad to be here, man.
Oh man! So just tell everybody what you've been up to, man. You've got a. What you been up to? What you been doing?
Man, just living my life, man, and trying to enjoy it for the most part. So, yeah, and I know I've been in hiatus for a decade, so to say. So, yeah, man, I just kept it quiet, man, and just been getting myself together and enjoying every moment of my life, basically.
So, I mean, you've been all over the place. Were you getting ready to jump off a cliff there? What are you doing?
Oh, wow, man. You hit me with the Grand Canyon, man. Yeah. I've been bit by the traveling bug as of lately, man. So, you know what? I'll hop in an RV and make some moves, man, and go see something new.
So, you out? What else you doing? Just have fun. I mean, you out there golf or what else? I see you traveling.
A lot of golf.
Somebody said you're about a 3 handicap, man. Is that true?
Man, I wish. They told you a lie. Who told you? Hey, I wish that was true. I'm about a 9 right now, so that ain't bad. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about. We got a lot of stuff to get through here. And Corey, hey, just the viewers right now on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, everywhere we're doing it. Corey's good till about midnight tonight, so we got a lot of stuff to get through.
Guys, I'm just telling you, this chat is going crazy. I can't even keep up with the comments. This chat is going nuts.
Hey, Corey, I'm telling you, man, you have no idea.
Nuts.
You have no idea.
If you hear mouse clicking, I'm not gambling. I'm literally just trying to put people's comments on the screen.
All right, so let me address something real quick, man. I know there's been I did an interview like last month, and I know that hit the airways kind of like I was on a rant, man. I don't rant. I actually tell facts and the truth. So that wasn't a rant. But I want the fans to know, like when I'm speaking, man, I'm not speaking about the fans in Cincinnati or the city of Cincinnati. You know, I'm just stating stuff that I want fixed. You know what I mean? It's all business. It's not nothing personal. You know what I mean? I really don't have no animosity against Mike Brown or the Bengals, nothing like that. My whole thing is I want them to do right by their former players. That's my whole objective. And there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed in my book. You know what I mean? And hopefully sometime in the future, maybe me and Mike Brown can have that conversation. But other than that, I mean, this is with me, it's a front office thing. It has nothing to do with players, the current state of the Bengals right now. None of my teammates. It's basically something that needs to be ironed and fixed out between the front office and myself.
Well, there you go.
And I hope that gets done sometime in the near future. I'm open for that conversation one-on-one with the front office guys, whoever's in charge, Mike Brown or, you know, anybody that's running the show up there.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen sooner than later, Corey. I really do.
I hope so. I do.
Yeah. So, all right, let's look. We're just going to kick it off right here, man. One of the videos I want to hit right now is a team record to this day, and I was at this game too up in Detroit. Let's talk. I'm going to play this video, and after we're done watching this video, I want you to talk about it. Here we go. Record run still stands today. Corey Dillon against the Detroit Lions.
To remember on the first play from scrimmage.
Hand off Corey Dillon looking for a hole. Got one. 10, 20. He is gone. Bye-bye. Will they chase him? 40, 35, 30. Corey Dillon is in the end zone. Wow. Touchdown. Wow.
Corey Dillon's 96 yard.
Wow. Damn, CD. 96-yard touchdown.
Back there.
Talk about that play. What do you remember that play, right?
That was basically like an inside zone run, man, and I just bounced it to the outside, man, and it was just me in the corner out there. So I got a great block from one of the receivers. Like he came down and washed one of the defenders down inside, and I just bounced it out, man. And it was just a foot race from that point on.
Man, that was like early in the game, like the first series, second play or something like that. It was
like the second play of the game, 96 yards, man. I was tired after that run. I had to regroup.
All right, so Corey knew I was going to play this video, and I didn't know there was a story behind this one, but this is one of my all-time, not a game clip, but one of my favorite videos of CD.
Offense. Corey Dillon is the Bengals' resident hustler. In 6 seasons.
Oh my God! It actually said hustler, huh?
Yeah. So,
oh man, that was actually, you know what? During the week, man, I got a dare, and they were like, they knew I had all this stuff. Some of my teammates knew I had mink coats and top hats and gator shoes, and they were like, you know what? I bet you won't wear that to the game. I said, okay, bet. And that's how that outfit came about, man. I look like I'm fresh from Detroit in that outfit. So, you know, I was clean, though. I was clean.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I saw that. That's the first time I heard that story about that clip right there.
Right.
So it's a CD share again, just like we did with Sam, and we didn't give Sam a heads up on this damn thing, but talk about your teammates, man. Talk about it. Give me a good story of a teammate or two, something fun that happened. You know, you had a lot of players here that loved you, man.
Man, one of the funniest things. I was doing a show, and this is between me and my close friend Adrian Ross. I was doing a show. It was called Beyond the Glory. So the cameras and everything was there at the stadium, and they were always filming. And me and him would always go back and forth on this video game. And I think he beat me a couple of times, man. Probably once. But off the camera, I start wearing them out. So I get to the stadium the next day, cameras is rolling, and I'm like, Ross, what happened last night? And he just flipped out like, oh man, I keep beating you up and you can't beat me and all this stuff. And I was just like, bro, we in front of the cameras, you don't want to tell the truth? And I think we was in the training room at that time, and he runs up out of the training room talking about he's the champ and all this stuff. And from that point on, man, he actually took over the damn show. I seen him more than I seen me. And so to this day, man, me and him get a good laugh out of that.
Adrian, I haven't heard that name in a while, man. Another good dude there, man. Another good
real
dude.
Good dude.
All right, here's something real quick, CD, that I thought you had a better arm than this, but my buddy, as you were kind of exiting Cincinnati, right? You threw your helmet and shoulder pads. You were frustrated. Wow. It's all good, but I got a picture here. The guy. Well, I thought I had a picture in here. Damn, where'd it go? It's gone. I don't know what happened to it. Well, anyway, my buddy was sitting in the very front row at the stadium. He got your helmet, and you were kind enough when you were back in town for the 50th anniversary.
Right.
Mark Roden brought that helmet to you. You signed it for him. But man, that was an awesome moment. He was scared to bring that helmet into you for you to sign it. He said it was the coolest thing that ever happened. You were so nice to him. But I had a picture of it. I must not have loaded it in here correctly, man. But
listen,
I'm disappointed. Look,
I spoke with him. I wanted that helmet back. He wouldn't give it to me.
What? Hey, I'm just upset because I'm sitting 10 rows behind him, man. You could have thrown that a little further. Just saying.
Man, I was a little exhausted, man. It was after a game, man. I was a little exhausted at the time. But man. I do remember that. I do remember taking a photo with him and actually signing that helmet for him. And I think I told him, like, man, it's in good hands, man. I did ask for it back in jokingly, but you know what? I left it in good hands. He's a good dude.
I mean, he's good people, and that will never leave his possession, man. He will never sell that thing. So look, I know I'm hogging a lot of questions here. Let's go to Tom. I know you have a couple things you want to run by, and we still have a few more videos to hit as well, and viewer questions. As you're watching right now on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, Jamie's trying to track all these questions down that we're going to hit Corey Dillon with here in a little bit. So, Tom, go ahead and fire one out there, bud.
Yes, absolutely. Well, first thing, Corey, is I think you should know your legacy in Cincinnati. The first thing that people think about you is all good and with all respect.
Okay.
And I hope you do know that. You know, I remember a guy, not just your God-given talent, but the effort, the intensity, you know, on some really bad teams, but that never wavered. I mean, you know, on offense, it was you, Willie Anderson, Richie Bram, and I'm sure they were nice guys, but some guys, you know, majority of your time here. With that, and no disrespect to anybody, no passing game, what was it like every week preparing for defenses that were going to stack that box and we're going to put 8 guys in there? Was that more of a, man, we got a problem, or no, that's great because if I can get by those first, that first, you know, 5 yards with 8 guys in it, I'm off to the races?
For me, it was just, you know, it was mental. I knew what was coming, you know, so I always prepared. I prepared for that moment every game. Like, and like, you're right. Like, that was our hope. Like, you know what? If we get past these guys up front, man, it's off to the races. And it's not only a testament, like, to me, but like the offensive line, like Willie and all the other guys, man, they did a hell of a job up front. You know what I mean? And they gave me some room to run. And it was up to me to make the most of it. And for the most part, that's what we used to do.
That's crazy. Actually, speaking of that, we're going to go to another video right now. So, again, another game that a lot of us on the screen were at. 1997, that rookie rushing record against the Houston Oilers. I'm playing a quick little video clip here because that was an amazing night in Cincinnati here. Hold on one second. We'll pop this video up.
Corey Dillon needs 15 yards to pass Jim Brown who in 1957 as a rookie ran. And the Oilers have everybody at the line of scrimmage. They don't want him to break it. He just did. Corey Dillon. Anthony Dorsett made the tackle.
Hard tonight. And the people that have come out to support these Bengals tonight had a chance to see history. The Oilers couldn't have put more people at the line of scrimmage. The offensive line was going to help him as much as they could. Look at the surge on the offensive line. They're just blocking everybody and anybody. You got tight ends wiping off, blocking two people.
And Corey Dillon knows he has just placed himself in the NFL record book. Our final score.
I look so young. Wow.
I was going to say the same thing, man.
Wow. Wow.
Talk about that night, man. It was a special moment, man. It really was.
Man, that just gave me the chills looking at that, man. That was pretty dope, man. And that was team effort, man. That was collectively everybody getting it done. And the funny thing about that is, like, I actually came out. I didn't think I was going back into the game, and I guess somebody caught wind of, man, you're only such and such yards away from that record. So, they put me back in. It was like, it was a team effort. Offensive line was like, let's go get it. And it was just a special moment, man. We went out there and did something great on that Thursday night.
And I know the Oilers. Go ahead,
Along
James.
those lines, Corey, Jimmy earlier mentioned the records that you have, but not only are they records, but the names that you surpassed on those records, Walter Payton and Jim Brown, just to name two of them. What's that mean to you to surpass legends of the NFL like that?
Man, dude, to me, like, Jim Brown was the godfather of running backs, man. He was the measuring stick. Everybody wanted to be like him. And may he rest in peace, man. I was saddened by that loss, man. But dude, I never imagined my name would be in the same breath as Jim Brown or Walter Payton's ever. I'm just a young kid from Seattle at that time, trying to make a name for herself, and to go out there and have some big performances in my career was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I think the Oilers at that point in time in the season had the number 3 defense in the entire NFL. You guys just destroyed them. So I guess what was interesting about that, a lot of people forget that Boomer came back, went to the Jets after a Super Bowl run here in Cincinnati, went to the Jets and came back that year. And he was a quarter. What was it like? Did you and Boomer get along? What was your relationship with
man,
Boomer?
that was my guy, man. See, this is how it started. Like, because me and Boomer used to run the second team. So we had a good bond, So when our number was called, to go in and be the starters, man, it was just natural, man. Boomer was a natural leader, commanded the huddle, checked us out of plays that, we needed to be checked out of and led us down the field like he's supposed to. So it was always respect, and he's a good dude.
Interesting. So this next video we're playing, this will be the last video. We're going to get to we're going to get to a bunch of questions here and things. So I'm going to look, man, this is another game we were at, and just to be able to be in the stands watching this performance again is absolutely amazing. But this is yet another rushing record, 278 yards versus the Broncos without a passing game whatsoever, playing the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. We're going to watch this video. It's going to be about a minute and a half, Corey. So we'll watch this video and come back and talk about it.
Like a giant among men, and never more so than in Week 8 against the Denver Broncos. On that day, Dillon conjured sweet memories of a man named Walter Payton. The Bengals trailed early 14-3 and appeared on their way to another disappointing defeat. Yet Dillon refused to quit, and in the process made history. aided by an offensive line led by tackle Willie Anderson. Dillon found gaping holes to run through. Dillon's will to win inspired the entire team. Cincinnati amassed 407 yards rushing, the 5th highest total in NFL history. Halfback Brandon Bennett made a Dillon-like run, breaking numerous tackles on his way to the end zone. And receiver Peter Warwick created his own running room on an end around.
Here we go. Come on, Achilles. 30, and he's got room. Achilles Smith trying to throw a block in front of him on Buckley. 50, 40. Come on, Achilles. He's got room. Peter Warwick is gone. He got inspired by Corey Dillon.
But it was clearly Dillon's day as he continued to dissect Denver's defense with a 65-yard touchdown.
Oh, Corey Dillon is in! Touchdown!
Leading 24-21 with 2 minutes remaining, the Bengals wanted to run out the clock. Instead, Dillon ran into the record books.
They'll hand it back to Dillon, who breaks it off! 35-30! One man to beat! Stiff Corey Dillon! How about that? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great day for...
CD, there's not a person watching that doesn't have goosebumps watching that damn thing right now.
Yeah, that I got them too, man. That brought back a lot of memories, man. And like I said, that testament of the offensive line doing a great job, and us just out there battling. I think that was our first win of the season, man. So just the will of just keep going out there and try to do your job and push through. I mean, team effort. I mean, offensive line was just giving me opportunities just to make probably at least one guy miss, and then it's off to the races. And we knew that. We knew that every game. That's how it's going to be. So,
yeah, CD, man, and again, not talking any disrespect to anybody that was under center these games for you, right? But we didn't have a passing game. We really didn't. And these guys were stacking the box on you, man.
Right.
I mean, for you, it's one thing to have a good 100 yards, something like that. When people 278 the whole game, they came in trying to stop you, and they couldn't.
Right.
That had to make you guys feel good, the offensive line and you, because you knew what you were going to be up against.
Man, shoot, that's our record. It ain't just mine. I mean, hell, if it wasn't for the offensive line, man, I wouldn't have got it. So, dude, that was a total offensive effort getting it done that day. And like I said, man, I'm not too big on stats. I didn't even think I had that many rushing yards, to be honest with you. I was just more focused on going out there trying to win the game. And that last run, I actually looked up at the scoreboard, and I was kind of in disbelief because it said 278 yards, and I was like, that must be a misprint. That ain't correct, right? And, I hit the sidelines, and it dawned on me, man, like, you know what? We just broke a record. So I will never forget that moment in my career. It's going to last a lifetime, along with the 246 yards. I will never forget that, So those are always special moments and some special times in Cincinnati. You know what I mean? As a Bengal.
Yeah. Tom?
One quick mention about that game is, like it said in the clip, the Bengals were down 14-3. And what do most teams do? They put it up.
They passed the ball.
They kept handing the ball off to Corey. In fact, in the second half of that game, you know how many completions the Bengals offense had passing?
Probably 2.
You're too high, Corey.
Oh, damn. No. 0? I don't know.
0.
Oh,
0.
God. Wow.
But yeah, Corey, one of the things, jumping from that to modern running back play, there's something going on in the NFL. It kind of started, it sounds like, in Los Angeles a few years back. And that is running backs, if they get to the age of 26, or they're in the league 4, maybe 5 years, That's it. The running backs are not allowed to get paid anymore.
Wow.
At the end of your career, after you had that incredible year in New England. In fact, I think the Patriots even wanted to bring you back if you retired, because I knew you still had something in the tank. It certainly didn't affect you, and you carried the ball a lot, just like we're talking about that, baby. I mean, your body took a lot of abuse. What is it in 2023 with the running back position? Why is the fullback position getting phased out, and why can't halfbacks get paid?
I don't know, but it's terrible, man. If you ask me, the running back position is a vital position on the field. You gotta have somebody get those tough yards, man. And I think it kind of switched from having one back, on carrying the load, to going to a dual backfield where they switching. You have 2 or 3 backs, and from that perspective, I think it kind of devalued the running back position. Along with guys who want to double as like a wide receiver and all this stuff, because you know what, and as you can see, those guys that out there running routes and doing other wide receiver things, them guys are constantly staying hurt. You know what I mean? So you have to have another running back, and doing it by committee. You know what? I think it's an organizational move, saving money. So man, the days of having one running back carrying the load is pretty much being extinct. I think the last guy that really, really, really does it is Henry, and he's coming up on some years now of that pounding. So I hope he holds up and keeps trucking.
Do you see, for this coming year, I don't know how much how close and how much coverage out in Seattle the Bengals do get, but we have been, 3rd and 2 and 4th and 1 haven't exactly been automatic the last couple of years. Do you see the changes they've made to the offensive line and the running backs they have now? Do you see the running game being a little more vital to the Bengals getting back and winning the Super Bowl?
I think so, man. Listen, and on top of that, it's a mindset, man. You got to. Back in my days, I refused to be stopped for 1 yard. I could trip and get 1 yard, and it's an attitude and it's a mindset when it's short yardage, man. You got to have that will to go out there and get it at all costs. And I'm pretty sure the Bengals, they're gonna figure that out, and they're gonna get back. Man, they're a very, very talented team, dude. They're there, and they will figure it out, and they will make that push of getting over that hump. Trust me.
Yeah. So we're going to recap a question here. You remember when Tom asked you how many passes were thrown that second half for fourth quarter, and you said 2, and Tom said you were too high?
Yeah.
Okay, look what somebody put here. He said, Tom said Corey Dillon was too high. No, his number was too high. We didn't say CD was high. Come on, man.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. See, somebody's trying to be funny, Corey. See?
Hey, tell him that was a good one.
Oh man. James, you got any more? We're going to get to some. It looks like Jamie's internet went out. We'll get to some viewer questions here. James, you got anything else for CD before I get to the viewer questions?
Talk about that time in New England when you left Cincinnati, Corey. What that meant to get the Super Bowl and end your career there.
Oh man, just due to the fact of like 2003, I was hurt, and I was really, really getting back healthy, coming off injury, going into New England. And at that time, their culture was just fit me, because that's how I was. You know what I mean? I really didn't care about nothing but going to play football and going home, with no extras. So I guess the Patriot way fit my, how do I say, my personality, so to say. So it was a perfect mesh, and you know what? It wasn't easy at all. I mean, they just won the Super Bowl the year before, so we were getting everybody's best shot. So And me going over there and just the atmosphere of, you know what, they already won the Super Bowl, and getting comments of like, well, they already won the Super Bowl without you. Like, what they really need you for type thing. You know what I mean? And having to go prove yourself to a new organization, man, that was a tough journey. But I made it through, man, and went over there, got along well with everybody, and went to work.
Let's get to some viewer questions. There's a lot of them in here right now. Some fun ones here. So Tina's just asking, who was the biggest rival when you were playing for the Bengals? What was the biggest rivalry game that you had?
Oh man, I couldn't stand Pittsburgh, man. That was I always like to step it up against them. So I would say Pittsburgh, definitely.
Yeah, good. We don't say that where we say city near West Virginia, Corey. We don't even say Pittsburgh. So.
Well, yeah, okay. I like that better too. I'll take that.
All right, but here's a good one here too. Harold, Corey, name one person who inspired you to be the player you became. Did you have anybody that inspired you?
Well, first of all, my mom, number one. But the guys I got to give credit to is my older brothers, man. We play football religiously all year round. So they actually taught me the game. And half of the stuff you see I used to do, I mean, it was taught by them. So I have to give it up to my older brothers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. This is a tough question. We always this question always comes up, and it's hard for people to answer. But
oh wow,
Corey, who is your favorite teammate, man? Or just name a couple you like better than some of the others. I don't know.
Oh man, listen, man, I'm gonna keep this one on the political side. All my teammates were good. I loved every single one of them, from the Bengals to the Patriots, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, I got along with pretty much everybody for the most part. So there's no teammate that's standing out from the other.
Was there one teammate that can make you laugh easier than anybody else?
Adrian Ross, absolutely. What? I got a kick out of him every day. So that was my dude, man. We had a lot of fun times.
That's fun. All right. All right. Somebody here's asking, Dustin, you ever think about being a running back coach?
No, because I don't have the patience for it. Not at all. It'll be a lot of cussing, and I don't want to do that, man. Yeah. I do not have the patience for that at all.
That's funny. So this is a good question here, man, because there's a lot of these in here, because when Boomer came back at 97, man, he was lights out, man. Talk about a story about Boomer when he played here with you in 97.
Man, we were on a good roll, man. It broke my heart that he retired. I was super optimistic about going into the next year, and it was in the off season getting that news like, he's calling it quits, man. So, dude, I really truly believe if Boomer came back another year, man, we would have been in a real good position. I mean, and challenging and making the playoffs, to be honest with you. That was my thought. Like, next year we got this if Boomer come back. So it broke my heart. He everybody has their due date. You know what I mean? So yeah. Good for him, but that was heartbreaking, man. I was like, dude, we're close. We're very close.
So was there a game? This is a tough one here from Ryan. Is there one game that you could say that it was your favorite game that you talk about the most?
Well, of course, the 278 game against the Broncos. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, that was
my favorite Corey Dillon game.
There it is. That was a good game, man, and that one would stick out more than others.
Yep. Well, one of the other guys that we have on our list of was the Bengals' great 8. Now it's the great 7, because Ken Riley now is being inducted into the Hall of Fame here August 5th this year. We're very excited about that. You're obviously on that list, and so is Big Willie Anderson. And I know you guys are fairly close, but we know you love Willie, man. But talk about Big Willie a little bit.
Good dude, man. We're fighting for the same cause, man. Like, this dude should be a Hall of Famer right now. So much love and respect to Willie. great player and deserves all the accolades he can get, man. I mean, it was an honor running behind him. He cleared the path in so many ways for me. So yeah, we're in this thing together, man, of trying to get this push, man. He's more than deserving of the Hall of Fame.
Right. All right. So there's a lot of questions I can't find. There's so many damn questions in here, man. I can't even find. Our producer's internet went out, so I'm struggling trying to find some of these things. But here's a question here from Andrea. What do you want ultimately? You know what? Just leave it at that first question. What do you ultimately want your legacy to be here in Cincinnati?
Came to work and gave it all my all every game. One of the most talented guys to ever suit up in a Bengal uniform. That's what I wanted to be because that's the facts and that's the truth. So that's exactly how I would lead it.
Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing, CD. With the group, all the Bengal fans are working on, including the guys on this screen, is your legacy is not going to be forgotten in this town ever. Not just this town, but fans across the country Bengal fans will never forget about your legacy, brother. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen. So
I appreciate that, man. And listen, that's all I'm fighting for. That part.
Yep. Do you know what the ruler of the jungle is? Have you heard of this yet?
No, I ain't heard of that. Enlighten me. Let me know.
Here's what we're going to do. So a lot of things have changed, man. Even since you've been here, I think you came back for the 50th anniversary, right?
Right.
Okay. They now do a special pregame thing. I think Elizabeth and Caroline have put up a lot of positive things going on right now. But they have this where they have big names come in and there's this giant stage set up in a corner of the stadium that looks down on the stadium. And you get the crowd fired up. You get a big staff, and you're on this big giant stage with jungle theme around it. And the camera's on you leading the Houday chant for the entire stadium. So there's a lot of questions. Hey, if the Bengals called you about being ruler of the jungle, would you consider that?
Yeah, I would.
Hell yeah. There's nobody.
Absolutely.
How fun would that be, man? For sure.
That would be dope, man. I would enjoy that.
It's good stuff, man. It's fun. They just started doing it too, so it's a lot of fun. James, Tom, Tony, anything else for CD? I don't want to keep him too long. I was joking about the midnight thing, everybody, but
no, it's CD. Like Jamie said earlier, the fans are going crazy about you just making an appearance here. Cincinnati loves you. We appreciate you very much taking the time out of your evening to join us, and nothing can make us happier if you did come back to Cincinnati this year and were ruler of the jungle. And got to see the Bengals fans, as Jimmy said, from around the world. Man, you're much love, and glad to see you back.
I appreciate it, man, and much love to the fans, man. I got much love for you guys, man. Absolutely. So
appreciate that.
Yeah, hopefully I could get down there and see a game this year. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll get you. So tell everybody, you keep up with the team. You're Cincinnati Bengals still, right? You keep up with these guys.
Man, listen, man. I watch, man. I Mixon and Higgins and Burrow and Chase, man, them are bad boys. Absolutely. they gets it in. They are good. So I definitely watch, man. And you guys don't get it misconstrued. I'm not a hater, man. I want that team to be as good as they can be. Absolutely. So I'm always rooting for them. And they're so close. So yeah, every opportunity I get to check out a game, I definitely do.
Yeah. All right, let's end it here, man. Corey, you gave us a little bit more time than I even told you, man. It means a lot. But I want you to make one last comment. I want you to look, man. People mishear things, don't read full articles. They like those sound clips. But I would like you right now. This is your opportunity to speak to thousands of Bengal fans across the world. Say whatever you want to the Bengal fans out there. I'd like you to be able to speak to them directly.
I have a lot of love and respect for you guys because you guys is what keep players like me going when we're out there on the field. So there's never no disrespect towards the fans. And yeah, sometimes I come across a little brass and you guys take it as I'm bashing you. That is not my intent. That's not what I'm doing. I have total nothing but respect for Cincinnati and its fan base. So I just want them to know that.
Man, we appreciate it. And Corey, look, man, I cannot begin to tell you. We've had this is the first episode of season 4 for this show, and we have had some big names nationally on this show. We've had a lot of current players, a lot of former players. We've had Boomer, we've had Chris Collinsworth, we've had Kay Adams, Coach Taylor, Coach Lewis. We've had just big name after big name. And I'm going to put you up there with the big names, but it's not just a big name. It's been kind of like for the fans in Cincinnati, right? Where is Corey Dillon? We love him, man. He was like, especially the fans that went through the time period when you were here, man. You were one of the few bright spots. And I'm telling you, man, the love and passion these fans have for you, and it means a lot. You just taking a short period of time with us tonight and you talking to them, because I cannot begin to tell you how much this means to everybody in the city, all the fans across the world that follow this franchise, man, because you're a very important part of Cincinnati football history. And we love you to death, big dog. We're happy you're part of a Cincinnati Bengals organization in this history, and we're glad you're ours, man. You're one of ours, bud.
Thank you, and I appreciate that deeply, man. Much love to you guys, sincerely.
Well, when you get in town, you give us a heads up, man. We're going to take you out. We got some places to hit. Take you out and have some fun with you, man.
I would love that,
man. Oh, yeah.
And you guys come check me out, man. Come hop on my IG, man. I'm kind of boring, but, I'll make you laugh from time to time with some of the crazy stuff I'll be doing. Also, I got my hands in this kudosnacks.com. Come log on to my IG. Go directly to my link and, buy a nice protein, keto-friendly popcorn. So hold on. I had to get it in, bro. I had to. No. I should have said do it.
So hold on. So was that you in the Grand Canyon eating kudos?
That is me. That is I. Absolutely.
So you say there's no carbs in them?
Nutmeg protein, brother. It is. And listen. On my journey, I mean, my transformation, I done lost like 60 pounds, man. And this thing right here is like the holy grail to me. It's a real good popcorn. And don't take it from me. Just, hey, log on and get it.
Hey, we're going to have the tailgate. We know we're going to have the tailgate this year, CD. We're going to have a bunch of keto popcorn.
I'm going to bring a box. I'm going to be throwing them. Yeah. Absolutely. Matter of fact, hey, right here. Thanks, baby. Thank you.
Hey, we're going to put this up. This is going to be a clip right here. We're going to tag the kudos and you tag them for your commercial right there, man. Shit.
We got a web address for it? You got a web address for it?
Yes, I do. kudosnacks.com/?equal CD28.
Oh, so we got to share that. We're going to share that now.
Got it all, brother. Come check me out. Come check out the legend.
CD, this was everything I thought it was going to be and more. And the from the viewer questions and the viewers right now, man, they all feel the same, brother. We appreciate you. We can't wait to get you back in Cincinnati, buddy. Thank you again for tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
See you, bud.
All right.
Oh, hey, Tony. That was awesome. You got to follow CD on Instagram, see where he's going to take that RV next, traveling across the country. Heck, we might see it show up at Bengal Jim's tailgate here this season. What do you think, Tom?
He may just unannounced. I think he may just show up. But that was not as portrayed. He didn't have fire shooting out of his eyes and smoke coming out of his ears and pounding his fist and pointing at everybody. So, I'm glad we got to see that. I know a while back when he talked about, the last game and the shoulder pads and the helmet going up in the stands, he made it clear that, it was no hard feelings and that was nothing to the fans. That was just his frustration that year. He'd been hurt. He pretty much lost his job here to Rudy Johnson, and then he knew he was going elsewhere. But he fixed that. I think he's clarified his comments that were put out last week. And he's good enough. He's better than some running backs that are in the Hall of Fame now. he belongs in Canton, and he belongs on that Ring of Honor. I think the only problem with the Ring of Honor is we haven't had it long enough to get to him.
Yeah,
And
we
the
talked
guys
about
that are
that.
deserving, and it may just take another year.
We talked about that. The Ring of Honor's better late than never, but there's a lot of catching up to do, and we're all in agreement. He's going to be there someday. It's just we're catching up to many years late in the starting. So is it time for that?
Hold on.
Wait. I was just waiting in the comments, Jimmy. Was there no sleeveless Jamie comments in there?
I couldn't keep track of them. I could not. But hey, you're right. It's time. It's time.
I apologize, Jim, but the amazing part, James, is me, Mr. Analytics. I'm checking everything out while we're on here. We had Sam Hubbard on tonight. Women tuned in because they knew Jamie was going to be on.
Yes.
They didn't care about Sam Hubbard.
Sleeveless, yes.
So
all right.
That demographic is because of him.
All right, we got it. We got the 2-minute warning here.
This is the 2-minute warning.
Crazy Gary Owen. That's my dude, man. That's my dude.
All right.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead and start us off, buddy.
So what a show, right? Way to kick off the season 4. We had a legend. We have a future legend with Mr. Hubbard, who's one of my favorite boys that I like to watch and support. Looking forward to this year. Looking forward to the charity. We're already at over $33,000 already. We haven't really even started the football season off. Very excited to be with you guys. Appreciate every one of you. Also appreciate every one of the Bengal fans and everyone that watches this show. So I'm just excited for the year. Who day?
Yeah, I thought last year season 3 kickoff with Zach Taylor was hard to beat, and Jimmy did it this year with Sam and Corey Dillon, and I think that's probably one of his first live videos he's done in God knows how long. So it's great seeing him. Thanks again to Alex and the Bengal boys for doing that intro. Hopefully the
awesome.
Fans enjoyed that. We appreciate them taking the time, the hours, the redos, the edits. We had to get Tom's face just looking perfect on that video. So the Bengal boys did that, and we appreciate everything they did. And just a great start to the season. Again, whether it's the charities with a guest, I think season 4 is going to be special. And as we said from day one, it's because of you, the fans, tuning in. So whether you're U.S., Canada, across the pond in Europe, wherever you're at, thank you to the fans. And none of this would be possible without you, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Tom?
Picking up on what James said, thanks to all of you who tune in with us every week. There's a lot of places to go, so we appreciate you spending your time with us to talk football. It's going to be a special year, and I think tonight's show illustrated that. Embracing the greatness of some of our past Bengal players with Corey Dillon, a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame, with a great player from today's team, a leader not just in the team but in the city, and Sam Hubbard. And you could tell the focus coming from the locker room. The guys want to get to the Super Bowl and they want to win it. So it's going to be a great year. Let's everybody stay healthy, and we'll go from there. And we'll see you all next Sunday night. Jimmy?
Yeah. It's, we've got the week after next. We've got Ted Karras here, our big duck race. Please make sure you purchase the ducks. Tony and I will get those things posted again so you can get the link and get those ducks going. So Ted Karras will be here on the 23rd. Next week, I got some really big names. I need to firm up for everybody here, but I do want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm going to thank the Bengal boys. We're going to end the session tonight, the show tonight, because I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to see the intro. So we're going to play that intro to end the show tonight. But I want to thank Sam Hubbard. That guy, people know he does a little bit with charities here and there, but people have no idea what he really does, guys. I'm just telling you, he's not one of the guys that wants to point fingers at him, and it's about him. He does stuff that people don't know about in this community. That's why we love our players that do so much stuff in our community for our city. I just absolutely just love Sam Hubbard, his family, his mom and dad, everybody in his family, just the best people in the world. And Corey Dillon, I'm telling you, man, I just one of the guys 2 years ago, I never thought we'd be able to get on, man. And just to have him on and to clear, just get a lot of things off his chest today, man. It was pretty obvious what he wanted to do. I know a lot of people were thinking, oh my God, he's just going to take this as a platform just to go off on everybody. Corey said what he wanted to say tonight. It was pretty clear. And I want to thank everybody in this screen and everybody out there, that helps put this show on. There's a lot of work that goes into this, the charity stuff we do. The show tonight just doesn't happen at 8:00. It takes weeks to put things together. A lot of time, effort, energy, everybody in the screen, Jamie and Mark that are not on here. James is in the middle of paradise right now. You see he got a little sun the last couple of days. I kid you not, I should have downloaded a video. This dude is swimming with bull sharks today. James, those sharks are pretty damn big, brother.
Just sharks. We had a cool sea turtle today, probably older than all of us combined. We found under the sea, but glad to make it. Didn't want to miss the kickoff to season 4. Great guest, and just glad we have strong enough internet signal here in Belize to join you.
Stronger than Canada, evidently, it sounds like. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the show tonight with the intro, because I know probably 2/3 of you guys did not see the intro. You came on a little bit later. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week, but here's the intro to the show. Thanks again, everybody.
Who day?
We're talking football with Bengal Jim and friends. We're talking football. We hope this never ends. Jimmy, James, and Tom are back for more. Like Joey B, we're here for season 4 with Bengal guests and stories not heard before. There's Tony, Mark, and Jamie, as well as our charity. Hooday Nation joining from far and wide. Every Sunday night, the guys are back at it live. By the fans, for the fans from day one. It's time to have some fun. We're talking football with Bengal Jim and friends. We're talking football. We hope this never ends. The Bengal boys stop by to drop the feet. Don't get your popcorn ready and take a seat. Season 4 will end with the Lombardi.